Hey yo boys, how the hell's it going? Today we got another banger of a banger, if you feel me. And today we're coming at y'all with some Hasan drama. So essentially what's been going down is he got banned a couple of days ago. I'd probably say like earlier this week. And essentially what went down with that was absolutely goofy and honestly kind of amazing because, you know, personally don't like the guy. Y'all know you can watch my other videos on Hasan. But he decided to get banned for saying some crazy outlandish shit, right? Which I don't even think I could play just because it got him banned and a bunch of other people banned. So we're not going to play the original clip, but what I do have for you is a summarization from my mouth. Wow, cool. Anyway, so essentially what Hasan did is he came out and said, yo, this certain senator, Tom Scott, or I forget his name, something Scott, right? He's a Florida senator, Republican guy, something to do with PDA, okay, a whole bunch of political stuff, right? He essentially said that this person deserves death, which is just outlandish as fuck. Like, if you can't even see that, like, I think you might be a little kooky. You might not want to watch the rest of this video. If you agree with that Hasan take, don't watch the video, gang. Crazy outlandish take, dude. Like, regardless of what side of the political aisle you're on, never wish death upon anyone, personally, you know what I mean? I think it's just absolutely goofy and stupid. You're leading on to the same kind of logic, right? They'd be like, yo, you don't like seafood? You go bye-bye. You die. Like, it's the same kind of stupid shit, you know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense to me that people would actually genuinely advocate for this, and he's gonna say that it wasn't, oh, blah, 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 blah. It wasn't real. It was just a hypothetical. It was all this other stuff. Whenever literally he like went on and kept saying it in Discord, which I don't feel like having to throw up every single Discord post that Hasan has posted over the last week because it's like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to read all that. But what you do want to see is Hasan getting on fucking Asmongold's ass, Xqc's ass, and then a couple of other people may chime in there. It's a little bit of a kind of a, you know, featuring, but like, dude, this whole drama is crazy. And honestly, me personally, I'm gonna sit here and tell you that the bias here is definitely swung towards Asmongold, and not because he's political or not because of any of these things, mainly because I hate Hasan. Like, I genuinely can't stand the guy for the amount of bullshit he pulls. He pulls the walls, like the wool over everybody's eyes that I can fucking think of. He literally just sits here and lies 99% of the time about a bunch of stupid shit, is anti-Semitic, basically anti anything you think is fun. Like, he's just not cool, not a cool guy, and a lame ass personally. So boys, without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into this first clip with all that context out of the way. This is Hasan's video, right? Essentially explaining how before he, like in between when he got banned, right? So he got banned on Twitch, he couldn't stream, couldn't do anything, so he made a YouTube video basically saying that all of these people, including in this video, are the reason I got banned, which is absolutely stupid, right? So with the full context going out of the way, let's go ahead and roll this first piece, which is gonna be a long one today, boys, so grab yourself some popcorn. I don't know what the hell. Grab something to eat and back up. You know what I'm saying?
I think Asmongold is covering this because he wants Twitch to see it. He's done this a couple times in the past couple of weeks. I understand. We are ideologically butting heads on Twitch. Asmongold and I disagree vehemently on a lot of issues, all the way from the history of Nazi Germany down to the fact that immigrants are not actually contributing to the American crime rates in the way that the Republican administration presents it. They're not destroying our culture in the way that Asmongold approaches the subject matter. There's plenty of disagreements there, and I think that he's doing this deliberately, I will say, in an effort to, you know, shit stir a little bit and try to get me banned, which worked.
The clip's too short, maybe it's out of context. I hope so. I definitely do. Hopefully it's out of context. How are you gonna...
Now, once he said this, does Asmongold go back and seek out the context? No, he doesn't. Instead, he follows through, basically packaging this as a Hasan is a radical who must be banned. It's a joke, Lamau, he responds to.
Would you tell that joke about Donald Trump?
I think people would tell way crazier jokes about Donald Trump, and people have told way crazier jokes about Donald Trump. My statement was hyperbolic. That much is obviously clear. But the intention of it was not a call to violence directly against a sitting senator.
So essentially, let's go back to fucking English class. Hyperbolic meaning, like, he's not really meaning what he says. It has a double meaning behind it. So I guess I get what he's trying to say with the whole, like, oh, I guess you don't take this literally kind of thing. Like, if you really want to do this, then do this. It's not meant to be taken like a literal call to violence, even though it is. It literally, bro, word for word said, I wish this person, you know, blah, 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 which I don't want to say because it could get me, you know, yonked. But like, it's so goofy that Hasan even sits here and thinks like that's a good idea and doubles down on it. Like, he didn't once like say like, oh, I'm sorry for saying this shit. He was like, oh, I think I should reword the way I say things. Capital punishment. Like, dude, you're saying the same fucking shit just with like censorship involved. Like, it's so goofy, dude. It's actually one of the dumbest takes I've ever seen, right? And so him sitting over here saying that Asmongold is a Nazi appreciator or appropriate or whatever the hell you want to call it, right? Which I think Asmongold calls it as an apologist later, basically saying like, oh, okay, so these people are apologetic towards the fact that the whole stupid thing. So he's basically saying that that's what Asmongold is because he makes, you know, Donald Trump content, which is kind of goofy and out there. You know, don't get me wrong, that Asmon does have some crazy takes sometimes, and it's kind of out there. I love Asmongold, right? But he does have some stupid takes sometimes, man. Like, not gonna lie to you, bro. Like the Elden Ring DLC, bro, like this guy literally said that shit was too hard. Like, come on, gang. I ain't even that good of a gamer, bro, and I at least tried the shit. Hey, I at least tried and got farther than Asmongold did. I ain't gonna sit over here and act like I fucking beat it or beat Bale or anything crazy, but definitely fucking beat, you know, level of Asmongold here, alright? Anyways, that shitty take out of the way. We're going back to Hasan, and it just keeps getting even worse, guys. So essentially, where he starts in on the whole video, right, was he's a Nazi, he's all this shit or whatever, and then doubles down on saying how fucking apparently Asmongold is the biggest political commentator on the entire channel, which, you know, is not fair to not say, you know, he is, but he definitely isn't like mainstream political commentator, dude. He doesn't walk around like, yes, that is me, my entire character is Asmongold, I talk about right-wing politics and I am Destiny and I am Hassan. He's not that guy. Like, he plays Diablo and he plays fucking video games 99% of the time. Now, he does upload a bunch of Donald Trump content, right, because that's what he finds interesting, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's the biggest fucking political streamer on the planet, right? So you saying this stuff is kind of goofy, and it's just because he covers right-wing sided events, right? So he's covering the right side of things, maybe just to piss Hasan off, is what Hasan is saying here, which is goofy. Like, no, he's not doing this just to piss you off, dude. He's just doing this because that's what he likes doing at the moment. Anyways, continuing on, it gets even goofier.
Simply sitting around and reacting to Donald Trump. He is now officially, by my estimations, a larger right-wing political commentator than even the likes of Ben Shapiro. Very successful in this field. His videos reacting to Donald Trump get millions of views, more so than the Daily Wire could ever dream of. Asmongold also is the largest political content creator on Twitch in general. He's the largest political streamer now. He's double my size. He's always been double my size, but he's now double my size when it comes to political commentary as well. So let's see what the largest free speech defender had to say. He actually voluntarily brings this up in a YouTube video called, "What the fuck is Twitch doing?" The YouTube video is from 2 days ago with 1 million views. The first 13 minutes of it is just reacting to the latest Ethan Klein video, who is falsely smearing me as someone who doesn't care about Israeli civilians or whatever, which is obviously incorrect, but we'll get to that perhaps down the line. He packaged that up with the Libs of TikTok video to call for my banning.
Let me see if I can find it here.
And again here, coming at Asmongold, and like I said, you're gonna get a little bit of a features from Twitter here, if the best of Twitter engagements, if you feel me. So we're talking about Libs of TikTok here, which is just, you know, a whole different fucking thing. That if you don't know who Libs of TikTok is, I pray for you every day that you don't have to deal with this, you know what I mean? Libs of TikTok is just a whole different story that I don't even feel like getting into, because they're kind of a moron. Like Asmongold's gonna say here in a little bit, word for word, they're a moron. Like, I don't know how much more simply I can put it. She is kind of an outlandish character on Twitter that literally just goes out there and don't get me wrong, like I'm decently a conservative dude. I'm not gonna hide it from you. Not gonna be over here like, oh yes, I am this and this and this, or I'm not this and this and this, right? That's just how I feel about the situation. But at the end of the day, we have morons that exist, right? And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that all conservatives are good people, and I'm not gonna sit over here and tell you that every Democrat is a bad person, because that's not how it is, right? But Libs of TikTok, a whole different story, whole little tangent that I told you is going to be a thing that's going to be reoccurring here in a little bit, because they come up again. So Hasan essentially is convinced and dead set in his own path that they have gotten him banned. It is literally Asmongold, it is Libs of TikTok, it is Destiny, it is Ethan Klein, it's everybody but himself, right? And he won't take accountability for it, which is Asmongold's biggest complaint here in a little bit, which is what you're going to dive into here in just a minute. But Asmon starts defending himself, and it just gets into a whole crazy situation, boys. So, without any further ado, let's continue on the next little piece.
Like a couple of things that he brought up about me, and obviously, so this is a good time to talk about Asmongold and Ethan, right? And this is the problem is that I think that another big issue that a lot of these people have is that they think that the reason that they get banned and the reason that they get in trouble is because of somebody else, right? It's like, it's my fault, it's Ethan's fault, it's Destiny's fault, and if right-wing people sometimes, it's Hassan's fault. Why did Hassan do this? The fact is that sometimes people are just victims of their own bad decision-making, right? And you don't necessarily have to be, you know, like right or wrong. It's not like everybody is like coming to get you, right? If everybody's coming to the same conclusion about you, maybe it's because that conclusion is true. But and
besides this little slide dig at the end there, you know, if everybody's coming to the same conclusion about you, maybe it's true, you know, maybe you're in denial, Hassan, maybe you are a piece of shit, is essentially what he was saying here. But like he said, dude, the fact that you're sitting over here trying to like put the blame game essentially on like a massive Twitter scale is just absolutely crazy. You're involving so many different creators here. You even involved Nick Merckx, for fuck's sake. Like, what the hell did Nick Merckx do to you, bro? Like, he just caught a fucking random stray because he was trying to be nice at first with Doc, which, if y'all haven't seen my Nick Merckx video, go watch that bitch. It was last week. Great video. Really good, honestly. We had a whole thing with Doc and everything, which that's a whole other video, so go watch it, you know what I'm saying? But like we're talking about here again, Hassan said all that crazy shit, and Asmongold believes that he just really needs to stick to it and either A, believe what you're saying, which he's not going to, A, or apologize, right? So what Asmongold's going to say here in a little bit is even better, because he starts talking about how A, he gets what he wants, or B, he gets content, which is honestly in the same exact position I'm in, right? Because I'm looking at it from the exact same position Asmongold's in, right? Because I don't like Hassan. I'm not gonna sit here in front to you like, wow, guys, I really liked Hassan Abi. Like, he's a good guy. Like, he's just not. He's not a good person. He's genuinely a fucking liar, and he's a grifter who scams a bunch of fucking people into believing one of the worst ideologies you can ever believe in, communism. And I'm not gonna sit over here and say like it's a good idea. It's fucking stupid. He doesn't practice what he preaches. He doesn't believe in anything. It's fucking stupid. Like, it's actually brain dead. Wah wah. And so now we're gonna keep going into more Asmon stuff, because now he's responding to the whole clip of him being called a Nazi, and I think it's just beautiful, honestly. I think it's beautiful.
Ethan Klein doesn't talk about Asmongold and his apologia for certain regimes of the past. You know,
which one?
Ethan, who really cares about anti-Semitism, of course.
This is it's another, and the obvious implication is that I am a Nazi apologist, right? That's clearly what he's implying. Obviously, you can't say that, because if you say that, it sounds insane and retarded. So the only thing that you can do is imply that and hope that the schizos that watch the video will get the message.
That's why.
So, I mean, literally coming out swinging here out of the fucking fences. Asmon's like, bam, boom, swinging a fucking hit. Exactly. I mean, literally, dude. Like, I mean, I don't think there's anybody that genuinely watches Hassan's videos and takes him seriously. Like, let me know if there are any actual Hassan viewers on this entire planet. Where are they? I've never fucking met one. The only thing I've seen of actual Hassan viewers in public are literal trolls. You know what I mean? Like, you've never seen a Hassan fan in real life that claims to be a Hassan fan. It's not real. You know what I mean? It's just not real. Whereas, like, I know multiple of my friends who literally watch Asmongold 24/7. That's not me being like, oh my god, Asmongold. It's just how it is. Nobody's a Hassan fan. Nobody is with this guy. Nobody's writing for Hassan currently. And it's even more prevalent when you look at this shit, dude. Like, it's like you backed yourself into such a fucking corner and started playing the blame game with everybody that you know of or even can latch onto for a little bit of clout or a little bit of an argument to farm, I should say. And it just gets even worse. Like, you just keep digging yourself into a hole, into a hole, into a hole. And you keep getting deeper, bro. Look at the fucking Steam game. Dig a hole, man. Like, you're literally living that shit right now, Hassan. And I'm living for it, man. Because, as y'all can tell, Asmon's not a fucking Nazi. Like, clearly he's not a Nazi. He may say some stupid shit sometimes, right? Not a Nazi. From any sort of perspective, he's just not one, right? That's just factually incorrect. And like you said, he's gonna have to subtly mention that so his stupid audience would understand it, right? Okay, anyways, next video.
Okay. Let me also say this. I didn't use the best choice of words. I think fair is fair. I think eating that ban is valid. Would it have happened under normal circumstances? Do people say a bunch of infinitely more unhinged things on a regular basis in terms of like entire populations being desecrated, destroyed, you know, neo-Nazi sentiment, things of that nature? Absolutely. They do that all the time. But come on, fair is fair. Like, you can't. No, it's not even I should have used it in a Minecraft defense. Like, I didn't. It's very obvious. It's very, very obvious what I was saying, which was not to do a call for action to assassinate a sitting U.S. senator, but instead to, talk about the hypocrisy of the matter. But using the embellished language that I use all the time, being hyperbolic, and, people, they got me. They got me. As fair is fair.
The people, they got me. These people, they got me banned. Like, no, dude, you literally just said some outlandish shit. Take accountability for it. It's disgusting. Like, this is his apology video, by the way. And if you don't know who Hassan is, by the way, by this point, right? Like, I mean, like, what are you doing? Like, you've been watching this whole video, right? Hey, man, earth to you sleeping, or whatever the hell you're doing, right? Okay, bro's wearing a MAGA hat, bro, which is just like on top of the levels of like corniness that he's putting out here. It's just like, dude, like, how much more can you get? You know what I mean? Like, how much more like down bad can you seriously look? I don't understand it. It's so bad. You sit over here, you make this stupid rhetoric, and then you have to go back on it because you look like an absolute tard. Like, I'm being so real, Hassan. What did you think was gonna happen, right? Did you think that they were just gonna be like, oh yes, let's go let's go kill the senator? Like, what are you thinking here, man? Like, I don't even know. You say it's hyperbolic, whatever the hell you say, bro. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the hell you say. Obviously, I can sit over here and tell you personally, right, that I know for a fact Hassan would not intentionally, because he's not like the worst human being that wants death upon people, right? I don't think he genuinely meant to wish death upon this guy, right? Now, he could have, but he definitely, I don't think he meant it like he said, right? Now, if he did, it's a whole fucking different story, right? Because obviously people are gonna run with that and shit and change it to a little bit of a different narrative, but that doesn't mean you're right when saying it in the fucking first place. It's not right to say either way. So the whole thing with Asmon just kind of getting on his ass about it shouldn't even be any sort of controversy. Like, there shouldn't be this like conflict of interest between Asmongold's views and saying that he should have been banned for longer or all these different things, right? And you thinking that, wow, this guy is kind of a, you know what I mean? Like, they're two in the same thing, dude. You know what I mean? So if you can't sit over here and say that Asmon has some good points, right? Even though Asmon's kind of like sometimes, right? And seeing this too from Hassan's perspective, it's just goofy on all sides. Personally, I think Hassan deserved the ban. He deserved longer of a ban. You know what I mean? It just needed to be there. I think it's stupid that Twitch set a precedent. You know what I mean? They clearly have favoritism. They do it with women all the time, and it's ridiculous. I mean, for fuck's sake, Ethan Klein literally, as this was happening, played a video, right, called the fucking content puke, which is a bunch of Hassan shit, right? And he literally just streamed it on Twitch. It was all stuff that Hassan streamed on Twitch and got banned for it, which makes no fucking sense. He got a 30-day ban for it on top of that, right? Not just a fucking one-day ban like Hassan got, a 30-day ban. And by the way, I don't necessarily like keep up with Ethan. I haven't kept up with Ethan in years now, mainly because, dude, he just spams horse shit 24/7. It's not like I'm an Ethan Klein enjoyer, bro. Ethan is kind of fucking corny, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. But to be fair, he did set a really big precedent that was like, this is horseshit and this is bullshit. And it is bullshit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, wow, Ethan Klein's a fucking goofy. You get what I'm saying, guys. You get what I'm saying. But anyways, next point, and it's Xqc, all right? And he's talking about the whole ban situation and his perspective on it, which I personally find, equally as interesting, if not more interesting than Asmongold, because they used to be like best fucking friends, right? Xqc used to live at Hassan's house way back in the day. So like their whole beef for the past couple of years, I haven't seen anything on it. I'm sure I've got a video on it somewhere, so go watch that. But like I said, dude, it's a whole crazy situation. If you haven't caught up on the beef on it, go watch a video that I have on it, or go watch a different video. Continue at this whole thing, I promise you. It's gonna be worth it. But yeah, we got Xqc's whole take on the whole situation, and then another take on it, right, which was the next day after everyone figuring out that he only got a day ban, right? So whenever everyone figured that out, it was just a whole crazy thing. And then Hassan decides to go on Twitter again and start blasting the shit out of Xqc and for saying that he should have deserved a longer ban, which is goofy, because you should have deserved a longer ban, Hassan. You personally know you should have had a longer ban. Like, it makes no sense. Literally, if you want to put a precedent to it, right? Asmongold got banned for a week for saying some crazy shit like this, some crazy political narrative, right? You got banned for 1 day for some crazy political shit, which is already just unfair, right? But then on top of that, you got the Ethan Klein thing, which is literally just playing his videos over. He got 30-day ban. Twitch, what is going on, bro? What the fuck is going on? So without any further ado, let's go ahead and let Xqc take it away.
I mean, that was pretty easy coming to that. Guys. I was gonna say, dude, you wanted him to get banned. I didn't say anything about the game banned. I literally never said a single thing about that. Even when I saw the clip, I never advocated for that. I never said anything about that. I just said that's just weird. It's just not like an okay thing to do or say. Like, Imagine if every time you had a conflict with some people, somebody you don't agree with, somebody that has policies or some lawmaker you don't agree with, or whatever, you said, I wish this person would get eliminated. Like, dude, imagine it's how we proceeded as people. Then at that point, what stops somebody in chat from thinking that I'm the devil because I do gamble or some shit like that and said, oh, this should be eliminated. Then, okay, then this guy, I don't agree with it because this guy says he doesn't like this type of food. I think it should be eliminated. Well, I think that's weird. That's weird as fuck. I think it's just not, it's not a good pattern of behavior. You understand? Also, now that he actually is banned, I will say though, I don't think it's a good precedent for Twitch to fucking go easy on him or whatever. Especially since he said on stream that, oh yeah, I might get banned for this, but I don't give a fuck, whatever. That is like, that is knowing that he's causing harm and it's not, and doubling down, tripling down. That's fucking cooked up. Like, that's not, there's no plausible deniability here or whatever. That's insane. Also, if people start doing threats on stream, I mean, let's be honest, they already did people. The people that are doing threats. Like, if people get a slap on the wrist, then why would people do it then? People are just gonna start doing this shit. If it's like comment, they need to lay down the law on that shit. This shit's not okay, dude.
Right, and I think Xqc has a fucking great point here, right? And no point in time should fucking Twitch, a massive company, right, set a precedent like they're doing right now with Hassan's banning fucking processing or terminal or however the hell you want to say handling it, right? However they did that is completely biased, completely swung, and completely just downright like stupid. I mean, it makes no sense, the processes of ban links. It makes no sense in the processes of anything of that. Twitch needs a whole fucking revamp on the whole side of that thing. Because essentially what they're doing right now, right, is if you really wanted to, you could literally go on Twitch right now and say, I'm gonna kill this person, I'm gonna kill this person, I'm gonna kill this person, and mean it and not get banned for it. Let's say you had a fucking streamer that you hated, right? That you were just like some fucking crazy stalker dude, right? You could literally go on there and just start screaming about this shit and them not do anything about it because it's non-bannable according to Hassan, the fucking precedent that we just set, or at minimum a 1-day ban, which is absolutely absurd, right? Which then this whole also sparked a whole brand new argument. Why are a bunch of people banned that should be banned, right? Okay, so like Gideon, fucking Aiden Ross, all these people who feel like they should be unbanned started commenting on this whole situation. So this thing got massive. It wasn't just like a Xqc commentary kind of thing. It was a massive streamer debate, you know what I mean? So then we got Xqc's reaction to the day 1 ban. So right at that whole clip you just saw, he didn't know that he was going to get banned for 1 day. So this is his reaction to them setting the precedent that it doesn't fucking matter, essentially. So, you know, here you go.
Dan Clancy wakes up on unbans Hassan. That's crazy. Imagine the platform not putting their foot on the ground when it comes to the violent threats. Actually scary. I'm not even fear-mongering. That's genuinely concerning. That's just scary.
Yeah, I mean, and like he said, he's not fear-mongering, right? It sets a precedent that anybody can go around and do that, right? He's sitting over here talking exactly what I just said. This is setting a precedent that is terrible for Twitch, and it sets it everywhere, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily just a Twitch thing. It's like, hey, you can do this and just get away with it because Hassan did it. Like, it's so stupid. It sets a dumb precedent, right? And the same thing with fucking Asmongold, right? Asmongold said some crazy shit and got a week ban for it, which I think is acceptable, right? I don't think you should get got for saying some fucking out-of-pocket shit 24/7, right? But at the same time, there does need to be some consequences, and I feel like a day ban is literally like a, oh, it's okay, son, it's okay, it's okay, don't do it again. And I get saying don't do it again, right? But like this whole situation, not okay, anyways. But anyways, like I said, we got one last situation to go into, and it's essentially Hassan's whole reaction to the Xqc side of the thing, and it gets absurd, stupid, and downright dumb. So let's go ahead and roll it.
Xqc, dude. XQ called out Twitch for unbanning Hasan only 1 day after suspending him. Just comical, dude. What a joke, dude. He said. Snake. Snake. You're the snake, baby. Why are you surrounded by backstabbers? Real? Come on, dude. Look at the industry. Like, there are a lot of wonderful people that I've met in this career, okay? And then there are a lot of people who have absolutely abused my charitable nature over and over again. If you've been following any of the Xqc drama between me and him for the past couple of years, I think you know where he stands on all these issues. He is actively trying to win back people now, and, you know, more power to him, but he's always going to farm me. The quicker you understand that a lot of people have direct financial incentives, and that's the only thing they care about and nothing else, the easier you will make sense of how people operate in this industry. It's just the truth. And in the process, he forced a lot of people's hands into just like shutting him out. But yeah, I mean, he's talked about how lonely he feels and how shitty this industry is without recognizing that it's because he treated everybody like shit. There is virtually no other way to describe this. Okay? That's it. He has actively treated every single content creator in his orbit like shit. No matter how nice people have been to him. If you smell dog poop everywhere you go, you wake up and you smell shit. Go to the coffee shop, you smell shit. Maybe it's not everywhere else that smells like shit. Maybe you are the one who stepped in the shit. Or maybe you are the piece of shit.
Maybe you are the piece of shit, which is just what we get to end on, and it's just terrible, honestly. I mean, he literally fucking stole Asmongold's whole line that I told you about earlier, which is just ridiculous. Like, dude, come on, Hassan. If you're gonna try to dig at Xqc, at least come up with something no one didn't use literally against you like 5 minutes ago. Like, this shit's stupid, guys. But like I said, this whole situation got crazy out of hand and is still currently ongoing. Like, this happened like not even 4 or 5 hours ago, guys. So this whole crazy situation, like I said, if anything else happens on it, I'll be the first to update you on it, or at least I'll try my best to. But without any further ado, boys, like, comment, sub, share around, do all the damn things, boys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.